Hello everyone and welcome to a very relaxing video today. Despite what good or bad things have happened to me today, you gotta love the sound of the rain, right? If you're wondering where this music's coming from today, there is going to be intermittent music too. I actually have Final Fantasy XIV on in the background because it's not too long before I'm going to go live on Twitch. Tonight's an FF14 night, which, by the way, I am absolutely loving playing 14 again. 14 is a game that, man, I just love so much for a lot of reasons. There's a ton of stuff to do in it. It is a monthly subscription fee, but hey, you know, you don't have to pay for units that are like hundreds of dollars. So, you know, this and that. And yeah, that is a little bit of a shot. That's not a Brave Exvius shot. That's actually just a shot at all gotchas. And it's kind of funny to be able to laugh at it. If you took that way too seriously... Okay, anyway, let's talk about what the news is. It just dropped on Global, which is, of course, the Secret of Mana event, which should be no surprise. JP just got another Secret of Mana event, or Seiken Densetsu, as it's known in Japan. And, here's the thing about it. I think that for a long time I've been quoted as saying that Global was never going to get this, and especially never going to get Flamey and Randy 7-star, because for the longest time it looked like Square had no interest in really bringing Secret of Mana overseas in any of its intended form or anything like that. So, like, Square Enix's collaborations are very motivated by what games are coming out at the time, it feels like, except for Xenogears, which was an anniversary. There needs to be some event for them to do some kind of crossover, so here we are. We are getting the Secret of Mana event, and the Secret of Mana event, I'm happy for Global players. You can finally get the best dragon in the game. There aren't really too many options, but yes, Flamey is the best dragon, and if you say otherwise, well, it's just wrong. But anyway, the Secret of Mana event will be a raid event. There will be some craftable accessories. The Fairy Cloak, which has some, most importantly, is an accessory, but has fire, water, wind, and earth resistance of 20%. Really good for the elemental resistance needs in the future. The Flower Suit for females only, which is defense and spirit of 15, and boost resistance to poison and sleep by 50%. Enables effusive fragrance, which is resistance to charm, which is kind of interesting. Probably will be 50%, but that's still pretty strong. But I guess you're trading off a lot of defensive stats, maybe. Magical armor, which has fire, water, wind, and earth resistance of 10%, which is a armor, of course, as it says in the title. And the Frosty Ring, which gives you 20% ice resistance. Lots of elemental resistance, which you as global players should not under-evaluate. I know you guys have some good stuff already, but the more elemental resistance stuff, the better, given some of the stuff in JP currently, which is an indication of how the direction of the game will go. But anyway, Randy and Flamey. What is there to say about Randy and Flamey? I mean, there's going to be a very interesting summon pool. I mean, like, you're basically getting a step-up banner, which is not the worst step-up banner ever. 2 guaranteed rainbows going on the way up, and one of the at the end either a guaranteed Randy or Flamey, and I'm hoping that I'm reading this right and it's not a potential, or you get a guaranteed limited ticket. Anyway, going through one full run of the step up will give you 3 limited tickets, and if you get 5 of those tickets, you can actually trade in for the unit of your choice, either Randy or Flamey. A pretty darn nice little protection for people who are going to be going through the step up. You know, obviously you need to go through 1 and a bit to get at least, you know, enough to get 1 of the guaranteed units, but still, I mean, for people who are looking for Randy or Flamey or wanting to go super all out on this banner, this is really great news for you, so there you go. But interestingly is the fact that both of these units will be getting global upgrades. Randy is particularly interesting, and I'll tell you why in a second, but Super TMR, Secret of Mana. Oh, I get it, it's the title. Is his Super TMR. It's a materia, boosts attack by 60%, HP and MP by 15%, Parameters when setting an Esper by 30% and basically Esper stats up a bit, and 20% extra attack when equipped with sword, just really strong super TMR. Featured abilities, Power of Gnome, Power of Sylphid, and 5-Stage Frenzy. Power of Gnome and Sylphid were two new chaining abilities back when they came out on the JP side. This one deals earth damage, adds earth elements to physical attacks, and boosts earth resistance for all allies, while Sylphid adds lightning damage and boosts lightning resistance to allies. So kind of a attack and give your team some benefits and set up doing other kinds of damage through his abilities. And if you excuse me for a second, you're gonna maybe hear some footsteps if you listen very closely. And 5-Stage Frenzy, every 6 turns, damage and reduce attack, defense, magic, and spirit for one enemy. It's interesting to see global upgrades here. It'll be interesting to see his entire kit and see what has been improved. Because at this current point on global, fixed dice has not been nerfed. But the potential for fixed dice to be nerfed is still there. Basically, Randy could end up being a fairly good damage dealer, even in the current global, depending on exactly how big of an improvement he gets and where the improvement is. But fixed dice was one of the things that made Randy a really compelling and really interesting and high capacity damage dealer. Especially because on JP his TMR was just so bad, and here there's a couple of things that Global does have as an advantage. There is the Super TMR bonus right now. So you don't have to equip Randy's TMR to get his TMR bonus. All you have to do is equip his Super TMR to get some bonuses out of that. You also only have to... I mean, fixed dice is something that most players can probably get or have. The question is, though, that Yuffie was the big one that came when she came along. The fixed dice nerf did happen, and this is why I am very, very worried about overly recommending Randy at this point. It's not that Randy doesn't have the potential to be great. Matter of fact, I think there's a real potential here that Randy has a chance to be too good, if anything, because Randy... The idea is that, well, Randy just kind of has... I mean, if they increase his mods too much, or they the fixed dice thing, because as far as I know, Global has not got the new damage formula, which actually boosts true dual wield and kind of is a bit of a nerf towards true dual hand. That came with the Yuffie update, and I'm not entirely sure where it is right now. But if it does happen, that's not to say that Randy will be bad, again, depending on his kit. He just won't be as good. The thing that really made Randy shine on JP was basically the fixed dice, and without that, I don't know if he will really be long run amazing. However, the unit that will be long run amazing and will forever cement you as the envy of all future players is Flamey, and I will unabashedly just say that I absolutely love Flamey, who also gets a global upgrade too. Super Trust Mastery, Soaring Legendary Dragon, boosts attack by 60%, and boosts physical damage against beasts, fairies, and reapers. Just a very strong attack, especially against those specific types. And Flamey's Trust Mastery is also pretty darn strong. An accessory, 50 attack with HP and MP of 20%. Really great for attackers if you want your attacker to be tankier. It has a really high attack stat. Great accessory, nothing to complain about. Sky Protector, 1 use every 5 turns, boosts magic and spirit light resistance and lightning resistance for all allies, and then adds light element to own physical attacks, or White Dragon's Roar once every 2 turns. Reduce wind resistance, and light resistance for all enemies. Leap into the air, then attack one enemy next turn when activated. So it's basically kind of a jump ability, and reducing wind resistance and light resistance. Again, if there are global upgrades anywhere here, because honestly, for everybody out there who's going to comment already on this video being like, but Umbra, it doesn't say global upgrade here. I don't trust these so much anymore to be 100% accurate. Heck, I don't even trust the live streams to be 100% accurate. So, while it could be just a global upgrades to Randy and Flamey's Super TMR, there could be upgrades in the kit because their kits are a little old, especially Flamey. Flamey dealt fairly good damage on the JP side, especially, you know, I believe because he does have killers in his kit, or at least he has killers on the Super TMR, so something like that. Anyway, Flamey could dish out some pretty good damage. He was not a slouch. But I could definitely see a want for these, all of these units to be much better. So I think it could happen. And they are both damage dealers with some debuffing capabilities or support abilities. But yeah, I could still see things getting improved in their kit. Bodyguard is the last ability talked about. Boosts attack, defense, and resistance to reductions for attack and defense for all allies. Reduce physical damage taken by all allies for 3 turns, and fill the evocation guide. So, gauge the evocation guide. So what do I think of this banner? Well, I think this banner is pretty generous in terms of the step up. It seems pretty nice to have those limited tickets. Is it as good as JP's was? I don't know. JP's was so long ago, it's hard to remember, and even then it's irrelevant because this is what you have. You're either going to go for this or you're not. And to be fair, getting a flame, this is probably your one chance to get Flamey. Maybe you'll get a second chance later on. But really, I would say that I wouldn't count on a ton of more chances to get Flamey. So he's a very cool collectible unit. Whether him and Randy really measure up to the other DPS options that are available on Global is yet to be seen, and we will find out soon enough when the banner goes live and the data is official. But either way, it's exciting to see the best dragon because you know what? Just such a cool dragon, really deserves at least you to throw a couple tickets his way. I mean, if you don't like him and you say you don't like him, I guess I can remove you from the channel. Is he joking? I don't know. It's been that kind of day. Anyway, you guys, take care. I'll see you next time.